You know, a successful team is a beautiful thing. It takes time to develop. Supporting each other on and off the bike. It really shows in a race, the people who are feeling like they're a part of something bigger than themselves.
Is Lauren's freshly made sourdough raisin bread this morning. Every meal's just an excuse to eat bread. Like every morning we wake up to the smell of fresh bread in the house. It's really pleasant. And it's hard I think like, oh man, I could just eat an entire loaf, but you have to think about your teammates and the staff. You have to leave some for them. So just a slice. I mean, for us, I feel that it's like we see it as a gift, and it feels like she's like, you know, thinking of us and taking care of us. To be a team player, it's both on the bike and off the bike. We start by just coming together, staying in a house, living together, getting to know each other, and beyond just their job at the bike race. Who they are, what they love to do, who their family is. So getting to know each other, building that friendship.
Cycling's quite unique like that. It's not really, like you said, it's not classed as a team sport like football or rugby or anything like this. It's you know, it's seen as an individual sport, but you race for a team.
As much as it's an individual performance from every rider, riding their own bicycle from A to B, it's totally a team race where you really need a good, strong team around a designated 1 or 2 leaders who are going to try and finish the race.
I think you need to see always also as an individual, you need to see the bigger picture that is painted in front of the race. And if you get that, like if you get the idea of how to race as a team, it makes things much more easier for yourself and also much more successful for the team.
Honestly, I feel better about doing my job really well for my teammate and they being able to then go on and get a good result, have success in the race. There's something about sharing that work and that challenge and then doing a good job, like bringing it together, not just keeping it as yourself. Doing it with someone else that just kind of exponentially grows that good feeling.
Coming to these big races, you all face hard times making it to this level. As far as extremely hard days on the bike, you can all relate to the similar sort of things. The Tour de Flanders, there's not many races that are bigger on the calendar as doing what you need to do to go for the best result as a team. And when you've got a group of guys that will go all in on the same plan for one guy, just to have his best chance on the day, It's a really motivating thing to be a part of. And that's something I enjoy being a part of. Like Owen, Jens, Julius, Jonas, we're all giving 100% of what we can bring to the race for a Nielsen and a Mikkel to then achieve their personal and team goals in the final of the race. That's something I enjoy being a part of. If I can't be doing my job the best I can for Nielsen, his job becomes a lot harder. So it's really important that my role happens for his day to be easier, so then he can do that last 100 kilometres.
You go into the race and everyone has a job and a role, but you also have to be quite adaptive as a team. Because it's easy and it's great when you have a plan on paper and it all goes to plan, but a lot of stuff changes. You know, like the plan was never for Nielsen to crash twice, so you have to be reactive as well.
It's pretty straightforward. When you did your job, for me it's always the same. When I did my job and I finished it, I have not that much left anymore, because you're just on the limit. You're a bit also over the limit, and just let it all out for Nielsen, and then it's up to him. So that's how a team works together. If you can just stay calm, remember the plan, not to get into panic when things start going wrong, because no one's ever getting a clear run of a smooth A to B. There's always things change on the day.
In a race like Paris-Roubaix, you really have to have good luck. There's so many crashes and flats can happen, and so there's a lot that's kind of out of your control that is really different for a Paris-Roubaix than other races.
Don't think, just do.
So I think my spirit of adventure and also my love for chaos, I bring that in my personal life and into the bike race, and I think it's like the spirit of doing something new and doing something excellent. And something that is a bit off the cuff or a bit even funny or something that becomes a great story. How did we all get to where we are? We've won races and we're competitive. We want to win. In cycling, what's great is that different types of riders are needed to win different races. So when you can have your moment to go for the win and then other races you're coming in to support your teammates, when you have the balance of that, that's what it takes to win a bike race. A lot of times when your teammates do such good work for you, it really puts more pressure on you to do well. And I call that positive pressure, because when your teammates are giving everything for you, it makes you dig a little deeper so that you really give absolutely everything and have nothing held back. In the end, yeah, I just want to win, and I want to celebrate that win no matter what, but I want to be the difference maker. Oh man. To win Paris-Roubaix, I think it would just be like, it would be so many emotions. I would be looking for my teammates, because that's something you want to celebrate with everyone that's been a part of what it took to get there. So soigneurs, mechanics, staff, DS, the teammates coming in, I would just be looking for those faces that, yeah, made the dream come true.
Got carried away, buried alive in your love. My heart opened up, I dove in your touch. Got carried away, buried alive in your love. Got carried away, buried alive in your love.
You know, the main purpose of the recon is to eliminate some of the uncertainties in your head. The element of surprise is just down just a little bit more. So I think for our athletes, they really like to know what's coming up. They like to know the course. They like to know the details. They like to understand strategy, how the role play could be in that race, because this is how you build communication and trust amongst the riders, but also including staff and equipment selection and all that type of thing.
I think it's just a big advantage that you have on the people that don't do it. And nowadays, yeah, you want every little advantage that you can get. Doing recon just gives you the confidence, I guess. It gives us the confidence as a group going to the race, like we've done this before, we can do it again. Yeah, I think well, for me personally, having ridden it, yeah, like just gives me a huge boost, and yeah, confidence is just so important these days. Like if you're confident, that can just take you up another level.
Remember that when we go to the tour, it's not like we will have to try to do something we never tried before. That is what we have to make sure from now until then. And luckily we have races in between, and consider Normandy, especially stage 3, as a gift, because we were exposed. It was very clear for everybody what we need to improve. Yeah. The only mistake we can make now is not to dare to try to improve it. But it will be difficult because we will have to do something that we are maybe not so good at the moment. But I mean, if we don't do it now, then we go to the tour and then we will be shaking, you know, about stage 1, because we can see the flags, the wind is blowing, and oh, you know, what to do. So it's not gonna get easier. So we have to take that moment. Agree?
I want to see riders taking risks and being aggressive, punching above their weight, you know, just really trying to take chances, trying to race better than they think they are. To me, that's the ultimate goal, because first of all, it makes it just more exciting for the sport, but it also challenges you personally. And I think that's how sport contributes to just making you a better person. There's very few environments that push your limits, physical and mental limits, as sport. When you see success and you see riders have breakthrough races and breakthrough seasons, you're like, you know, we're really developing, you know, really humans. So to me, that's ultimately the goal here, is to take risks and try.
Yeah, I think the most comfortable for me actually, like I haven't really come through any like really big teams, but I feel like I'm quite used to looking after myself actually. Like I really enjoy looking after a leader, and it's nice to have a team support me as well, because obviously it's super nice to win the races and perform in the races yourself, but actually it's a lot of pressure then, you know. Like I find it difficult sometimes to ask guys, you know, can you do this for me, or can I have this, you know, because I think that's something that I need to learn, especially if I'm going to keep doing well in these races, actually to really rely on my teammates to do the hard work for me, you know, and then when it comes to that key moment, be able to be as fresh as possible myself.
I have internal dialogue happening all the time, and you know, I have the doubts every day. I have moments of negativity, and I think not only in my cycling career, but also just as a human, as a student, just knowing and really reflecting on moments I have not given 100%. I know how terrible I feel in those moments, knowing or thinking about, you know, I could have given more there, or that wasn't my best. I completely come in last place, for example, in a race, but I know that I've given 100%. I still am a bit bummed, but I know that the result shouldn't define me. It's the fact that I've given that 100%. You know, we're still a fairly new team, and we're still learning how each other work, and we're still learning how to become a really dominant team. And so maybe in a race we don't get a result, but we succeed in another more process-oriented goal. That's performance in itself. We have given, and I have given, 100% in whatever goal or process goal we're aiming toward.